to the challenge or the test to give 30 things, 30 facts, 30 random facts. Yeah. How random is that? About random. Us.
And we're like way behind. We were tagged by the Texas Boys and by Brenda's Homemade Basics, and I'm really sorry that it's taken us so long. But we're finally getting to it. Better late than never.
Yes, we've been double dared to...
Double dared?
Yeah.
Double dog dare.
So you want to go first?
Okay, so we got to try to make this as short as possible, and this is not going to be easy.
Okay, I can do it real fast.
30 facts is a lot of facts. But first thing is, I actually grew up in church and was involved in church stuff all of my life, but for the past few years, I haven't been going to church. But that doesn't mean I've lost my faith. So I'm a Bible believer, hardcore, and I know more about Scripture now than I ever did while I was in church.
Mr. Rain grew up raising horses, a garden, cows, pigs, chickens, and ducks. She wanted me to do this fast, so I'm doing it fast.
I used to play, well, it's not like I can't do it anymore, but I just don't have any outlet for it anymore, and that is a guitar. I have a classical guitar, an Ibanez. I also have a beautiful Ibanez bass guitar, electric, and I used to play that, and the drums. And I was on worship teams for many years, from the time I was 15 up until about 4 years ago.
Mr. Rain is a water plant operator by profession.
You and your glasses. I used to have a pet iguana. His name was Alex. At least I think he was a he. I thought he was pretty cool, but he never liked me very much. At least my chickens like me, and my dogs. And my husband, I think.
Huh.
Huh.
I guess I do. I do.
Better.
I like woodworking.
And that's pretty obvious if you've seen any of his videos. I was in ballet from the time I was 5, clear on up till I was 20, and I taught dance. I taught ballet from the time I was 16, off and on, and then I came to where we are now, and I started up a business, and I did that business here, teaching ballet, a little bit of jazz and tap, for 27 years until I retired last spring.
I like metalworking.
I think it's supposed to be a little more open-ended than that, but
oh.
that's all you want to say. We do have to keep it short.
You wanted me to keep it short. Go ahead, dear.
I have 2 different black belts from different forms of martial arts, and one being Taekwondo and the other being Wu Wei Gung Fu under our Sifu Joseph Cowles, who also studied under Bruce Lee. So we are 2nd generation Bruce Lee students. Me, I say we, me and my oldest son. And then my youngest son also has a black belt in Taekwondo.
So she knows how to kick, slap, poke me in the eye, and hit me
So
with
we all have
frying
black
pans.
belts but him. He just wears a black belt.
I have 3 black belts in leather.
Yeah. Oh, and I also taught martial arts for about 8 years at least, here, which I also retired from that last spring. Oh.
Half the time I drink cold coffee with sawdust garnish.
When I was 16 years old, or 17 I think it was, I took a job on a fish dock in a town far away from where I was growing up for the summer, cleaning fish. Yep, little old 5-foot me, and my boss called me Pee-wee.
I have 2 two-year degrees in engineering with AutoCAD and engineering with surveying.
Cool. I forget that sometimes.
Oh.
Most of you know I like to wear skirts. That's what I wear pretty much all the time. About the only time I'm not wearing skirts is when I'm in my PJs, or late in the evening when I put on my sweats. And that's just what I wear. It's a matter of choice for me, and based on how I feel led in forms of modesty. And I enjoy it. I feel like a lady. And yes, I work hard all day in my skirts. So I even climb ladders, believe it or not. It's tricky, but you can learn how to do it.
Me and Mrs. Rain met 29, 30 years ago in church. And we've been married for 27 years.
Notice he had to look at his notes for that one. I used to like hard rock music, and I mean screaming kind of hard rock music. And this was as in my adulthood, so kind of odd sometimes to think of. And sometimes I still hear that that music come. Hey, we went to a couple of Christian rock concerts ourselves, and
next question.
Did some headbanging there, so probably hard to picture us doing that, but that was us. I got a picture. I should insert it right here.
Huh. We just got chickens this year.
We just got chickens this year.
So that's the only livestock other than raising slugs.
And dogs.
And dogs.
And we used to raise kids. When I was 14, I was a huge Star Wars fan. Like, huge Star Wars fan. Yeah, I was even part of the Star Wars fan club. And I got the secrets ahead of time that some people didn't even know until recently.
She's still weird. We live on a third of an acre.
It's supposed to be just about you, not stuff everybody already knows.
Well, I live on a third of an acre.
Whatever. Okay. Aside from playing the bass, the classical guitar, and the drums, I also used to sing a lot. I was in singing ensembles, choirs. In my senior year, in fact, in high school, I was in 3 choirs at the high school, and a choir and a singing ensemble at our church. And I also wrote songs and did a lot of solos. And I wore my vocal cords out.
She's still yell at me, though.
I do not yell at you.
Yes, ma'am. We have both solar and commercial power. Is that not about me, Mom?
That's all right. You're doing okay. Because some of you might not know some of this stuff if you're new to our channel. I went to Bible college for 1.25 years and realized I was really wasting my money and my time. Not that there weren't good professors there, but yeah. The Lord had other plans for me, so I got out of there.
We have both rainwater catchments and commercial water.
I should have specified that this was supposed to be 15 random facts about him and 15 about me. But that's okay. That's okay because, you know, it goes together. It is who we are. Along with singing and dancing and playing musical instruments, I was also in a couple of pretty big musicals that were put on by our school, but we put on the full thing. They were big, and we had to do several shows and had a packed house every night. And it was a lot of fun. The ones I was in was West Side Story. Obviously, I was Puerto Rican. And I was also in Music Man. Sorry, drew a blank there.
I was not.
And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. That was some of my best moments in high school. I danced and sang in the musicals, by the way.
I was in the Army for 4 years. That's something about me?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. You did good. Did you see anything exciting while you were there, or is that something else on your list?
I was in Germany. Does that count? That's 1, 2,
He went
3, 4,
skiing. 5. He's been skiing in Austria and Switzerland while he was in there. While he was there, got lots of great skiing pictures. I have absolutely no tattoos, and I never will get a tattoo. Though there was time I used to really, really want one. I'm thankful that Mr. Rain doesn't like tattoos, and I never got one.
So when I was in the service in the Army, I was in aviation electronics.
That's a good fact.
Did that work?
That's a good fact. It's all about you. That's very interesting.
I'm not in trouble?
No.
Okay.
Now this is about us, and you probably already know. We have 2 boys, and we homeschooled them through most of their entire schooling years. Our oldest went to kindergarten in public school, and that was it. And from that point on, we homeschooled them the rest of the way through. And now they are 22 and 25.
Is it your turn?
It's your turn.
We desire a larger piece of property so we can do more homesteady-ish type stuff.
Yeah, more stuff. More things and more stuff.
Bullet point. And bullet point.
Are you?
This makes 15.
Are you gonna?
We are honing our skills to make ourselves more independent.
Yes, and self-sufficient.
Right.
So does that mean I have to do 2 back to back?
Yes.
Okay.
You can finish this off, dear.
Oh, I guess I don't know. There was the second last. I only have 1 more because I read this one first. Okay, confused me. So, for a time, I was a city girl. I did grow up in a town much bigger than this one, but then I lived in the Seattle area for a couple of years, and I ended up in this little tiny town over in western Washington. And when I first came here, I thought I wanted out really bad. But then I realized this is where I was meant to be, and I love it here. I love living in a small area and love living remotely, and I would never, ever, ever at this point in my life want to go back to the big city.
She's transitioned.
Yes.
It was my fault.
The thing is when I was a little girl, we lived in a small town, and we had best friends. My parents had best friends who had a farm, and it was one of my favorite places to go was to hang out at their place. And loved it out there, and I remember daydreaming that one day I wanted to live like that. So it's kind of funny how things have come full circle. We don't have all that property like they had, not yet anyway, but that's what we're working towards.
Well, there you go, Texas boys.
And Brenda.
We stepped up to the plate. Yeah, Brenda who?
Brenda's Homemade Basics is the channel. So they both tagged us, and I again apologize, we're so behind.
When was that? I think
it was like a couple months ago at least. So,
anyhow.
Okay.
So hope you enjoyed this collaboration. Look in the description box below for
I'll put the channel links of those 2, and I know there's many, many other channels that have participated in this tagged collaboration, so you could probably put it in your search engine. I wouldn't know who they all are because there's so many and it was so long ago. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.